ibang variety ng gabi. Po. Iba naman. Iba naman. Iba naman to. Ano nga ba nangyayari yung evolution? Ano-ano yung mga proseso para mag-evolve yung isang organism? Tunghayan po natin yan sa video ito. Good day everyone! Welcome to my learning channel, Sir Fox Learning Channel. Today, pag-aaralan po natin process of evolution. Pero bago po yan, nais ko pong i-welcome sa inyo ang membership button ng channel na ito. Join me guys, just click the join button sa channel. Okay? Meron po tayong 4 na levels po dyan. First is with distinction, second with high distinction, third highest distinction, and special award. Alright, join me guys. Happy learning everyone. Today, pag-aaralan niya po natin yung process of evolution. Paano nga ba nagaganap ang evolution? Paano yung mga processes? Kung ayan po natin yan sa video. Tara, samahan po. Okay, today we will discuss the process of evolution. Our learning target here is to explain the process of evolution, identify some scientists who contributed to the historical development of evolution or evolutionary thoughts, compare Lamarckian and Darwinian evolution, and describe how the present system of classification of organisms is based on evolutionary relationships, and then interpret and explain phylogenetic tree, and explain the importance of phylogenetic tree to evolutionary relationships of organism. Ito po ay matatagpuan po natin sa module 28 and 29 sa Earth and Life Science module po natin. Okay? Simulan na po natin. Ano nga ba ang evolution? Pag-usapan po natin yung mechanism of evolutionary changes. Siyempre, pag sinabi po natin evolution, it is a change of heritable characteristics of biological populations over successive generations. Kaya nga evolution change in the heritable characteristics of populations over successive generations. So, ano nga ba yung mechanism nitong evolution? So, kung titingnan po natin sa picture, what can you see? What can you see on the picture? Something evolves in the successive generations. Pag sinabi po nating mechanism of evolutionary changes, it includes genetic drift, migration or gene flow, mutation, natural selection, and non-random mating. So that's mechanism of evolutionary changes. So yung mechanics, kung paano nga ba nagkakaroon ng evolutionary changes of populations in the successive generations. So ito po yung mga processes. Ito po yung mga mechanism. Pwedeng drift, migration. Mamaya tatalakayin po natin ano ba yung drift, migration. Or pwede ring gene flow. Ano ba yung gene flow? Pwede ring mutation. Ano rin ba yung mutation? Or natural selection and non-random mating. So, yan po. Let's proceed. Pag sinabi po nating genetic drift, it is a change in the gene pool of a population due to chance. So, genetic drift, pagbabago ng isang gene ng isang population by chance. Based on the picture, so paano nga ba nangyari yung pagbabagong yan? Based on the picture. Halimbawa, ng genetic drift, a bottleneck effect and founder effect. Ano ba yung difference ng founder effect and bottleneck effect? Pag sinabi po nating bottleneck effect, it takes place when population decreases due to various environmental factors such as fires, earthquakes, and floods. So, yan pa yung epekto, nagiging effect bakit nagkakaroon ng genetic drift. Pag sinabi naman po nating founder effect, it happens when a small population of organisms separates from the larger group to invade a new area. Humihiwalay from the larger group para sumakop ng o umuko pa ng ibang o ng bagong lugar. So that's founder effect. Okay? However, pag sinabi naman po natin gene flow, it is described as the movement of the genes from one population, look at here on the picture, to another. So kaya nga gene flow. So yung isang member of this family move to one move from when this happens. So ito po ay nangyayari, kadalasan nangyayari, yung result po nito or yung tendency po nito is makapag-increase ng gene diversity of population. So observe nyo na lamang po yung picture na nandyan. Okay? I-observe nyo na lamang po kung paano nangyari dyan sa picture. Ano po yung mga observe niyo. So that's how gene flow happens. Okay? Pag sinabi naman po nating mutation, from the word itself, mutation is self-explanatory. Most probably. Diba? Self-explanatory. Pero pag sinabi po nating mutation, it occurs when there is a change in the genetic makeup caused by environmental stressors. So, yung mutation nagaganap kung nagkakaroon ng genetic makeup dahil sa mga stressors sa environment. Okay? This process expands diversity of organisms. Dahil dito sa mga stressors sa yan, yung process nagiging sanhi para mag-expand yung diversity ng organisms. Diversity of organisms. So however, pag sinabi naman po natin natural selections, explains the difference in survival of individual and reproduce in a particular environment. Pag sinabi naman po nating non-random mating, it refers to an increase the frequency of animal with desirable traits. So mamaya alamin po natin, meron po kasi mga scientist po dito na naniniwala na yung evolution is it is a natural selection, pero may naniniwala din na hindi yan natural selection kundi it is a non-random mating, kaya nagkakaroon ng evolution. So it causes evolution because it includes the natural pool of gene variation. Ito na. According to Lamarck's theory of evolution, organisms change during their lifetime to survive, then pass these changes to their offspring. Yan po yung paniniwala ni Lamarck sa kanyang theory of evolution. Siyempre, magpapatalo ba dyan si Charles Darwin? Kay Lamarck, organism change during their lifetime to survive and then pass these changes. So, yung mga organism daw nagbabago yung kanilang yung process, yung evolvement nila nagbabago dahil daw sa survival. Pero sabi ni Darwin, evolution involves natural selection and struggle for existence. When an organism is fit and can adapt to its environment, it survives and more chance to reproduce. Si Lamarck, sabi niya, organism change during their lifetime to survive, then pass these changes to their offspring. So, parang for Lamarck, kaya nagbabago yung organism daw, yung mga traits ng isang organism, because of their survival. And from there, ano man yung na-acquire nila during that survival, yun daw yung nagiging dahilan para magbago yung kanilang offspring. Samantala, for Darwin, hindi ganun. Sabi ni Darwin, it is a natural selection and struggle for existence. Kapag ang isang organism fit sa isang lugar at kaya niyang mag-adapt sa environment na yan, then that organism will survive and have the chance to reproduce based on the environment kung saan siya nag-adapt. Yan po yung sabi ni Darwin. It's up to you kung kanino kayo maniniwala, kay Lamarck or kay Darwin. Basta kay Sir Fox, ang theory po dyan ni Sir Fox, yung pagbabago, evolutionary changes or mechanism of an organism, it is in a natural process by the grace of the Heavenly Creator. Meaning, iyan pa ay iniloob ng Heavenly Creator bakit nagkaroon ng ganong offspring. It is a gift of the Heavenly Creator. Now, let's describe on how to present system of classification of organism. So, paano nga ba? The evolutionary history of a group of organisms ay tinatawag na phylogeny, taken from the Greek word phylon, ang ibig sabihin is tribe, and genesis, ang ibig sabihin is origin. Okay? Ang tawag sa evolutionary history of a group of organism ay tinatawag na phylogeny. So, meron po tayong example po dito ng phylogenetic tree. This is just a representation. Nandito po yung root, the ancestors, and here is the present day or present species. Okay? You will notice here from the root or the ancestor, most recent common ancestors, nandito makikita, tapos nag-mutate, nag-evolve, and the most recent common ancestors, makikita po natin dito, and the results are here. Okay? That's how evolutionary, or that's how phylogenetic tree or evolution is being represented. Biologists traditionally represent genealogy or organisms line of evolutionary development of organisms as phylogenetic trees, which are diagrams that trace evolutionary relationships and connections among organisms. So most of the biologists, meron po silang tradition representing the genealogy or organisms line of evolutionary development of organism. So ginagamitan po nila yan ng phylogenetic trees. Ito pong phylogenetic trees is a diagram na mag-trace back ng evolutionary relationships and connections of every organisms. Kaya dito makikita po natin na ikaw, sabi ni Charles Darwin, nanggaling ka sa unggoy. Kasi yun yung evolutionary evolutionary connection. Makikita doon yung genealogy, sabi ni Charles Darwin. Yung sa phylogenetic tree, makikita doon yung genealogy or organisms line of evolution na from a monkey naging tao. A phylogenetic tree can be read like a map of evolutionary history. Rooted phylogenetic trees have single lineage at the base representing a common ancestor. Alright? So, let's take a look again to my illustration here above. We have here the ancestors, the common ancestors, and then that's the root. Nagsimula dito, and then by the processes of evolutions to whatever environment they are facing, and the present species result are here. Okay. Now, there are 4 groups of evolutionary tree. Ano ba yung 4 groups of evolutionary tree? Yung evolutionary tree ay tinatawag na, ang tawag ulit, phylogenetic tree. Ito po ay monophyletic group, paraphyletic group, polyphyletic group, and soft polytomy. Pag sinabi po nating monophyletic group, also known as clade, which shows common ancestors. So yung mono, kaya nga monophyletic group, meron silang common ancestor. Pag sinabi naman po nating paraphyletic group, it refers to recent common ancestor, but not all descendants are included. Recent ancestors lang. Pag sinabi naman po nating polyphyletic group, includes the recent and common ancestors, not included only distant relative. Pag sinabi naman po nating soft polytomy, indicates more than 2 immediate descendants. That's all. So far, that's all. Thank you for watching. Hopefully, nakatulong po ito sa ating mga distance learners, grade 11 distance learners for Earth and Life Science. Happy learning, everyone. Mabuhay po tayong lahat. At kung bago ka sa channel na ito, huwag mong kalimutang mag-subscribe at i-hit ang notification bell all. And if you want to support my channel, just click the join button at pumili ka dyan ng perks kung saan ka po mag-join. Thank you and God bless.
Isa na namang mahalagang konsepto ang ating napag-aralan sa araw na ito. Hopefully, nakatulong po ito sa ating mga distance learners, grade 11 distance learners. At kung bago ka sa channel na ito, huwag mong kalimutang i-hit ang subscription button at ang bell all para updated ka sa mga susunod ko pong video. Marami pong salamat sa panonood. Happy learning, everyone!